Alright guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing to do for you. So this package comes from Billet Spin EDC, or Billet Spin. I will be 100% honest with you guys as usual. Never heard of this company until about 3 weeks ago. I saw a post, no, I think I saw a YouTube video from them, or it was an Instagram video showing this really cool new pen. I believe it's called the Campen, C-A-M, Campen. And I was like, damn, that looks sweet. Titanium, blah, 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 right? And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, would you guys ever send one for review just so I could check it out? You know, I see you have a new model coming out. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to. Let me wait till I get the titanium ones in, and then I'll send one along. I was like, sweet. I said, sure, dude, I'll review it, let you know my thoughts, send it back. Thank you. And he's like, no, you can just hang on to it. And I was like, okay. So big shout out to Billet Spin for providing this. So this was provided to the channel by them. Keep that in mind. But you guys know I am always honest. So, yeah, I saw the stainless ones, I think, were out, and then the titanium ones, I think, just dropped the other day. My current EDC pens that I have are the Scribe. Man, it's called the Scribe Go Mini. It's just too many words for me on this one. I forget the name of the company already because it's just too much to remember. Urban Survival Gear Scribe Go Mini. That's what this is. And it kind of looks like zirconium, but it's titanium. Very, very nice pen. Has some jimping right here. Can you see that? There you go. And you can really grab that. I'm, of course, left-handed, and you can do that. And what I love about this is the clip is the mechanism, right? So it really removes the weight factor, because on a bolt action type pen, I feel like they always get weighed down in the ass because you have this big bolt action thing back there. But Refine, the EP1, does it really well. I don't have one of those anymore because I got this pen and I had this. I don't like having a ton of flashlights or a ton of pens or pry bars. It's really just knives I like having a lot of. So I give them away when I get new ones. But I really enjoy this. It's very fun to use. You can click, but that's the one thing I don't like is it doesn't like click and turn. Now you can do that. You can kind of click and turn it. But you got to kind of do it like that to keep it locked. Because when you click, it'll come down, but it won't lock. I wish it would like click and turn or something. But that's really my only gripe with this pen. It's a very lightweight, great size. I love this size of pen. I did have a Parker Jotter too. Let's see. I got a lot here, so let me just see what's going on. I think I may have put the Parker Jotter somewhere. I do have an extra. God damn, Kev. Sorry, guys. I have this from another pen. I hate that they come with those Schmidts Easy Flow refills. So hang on. I think I have the one I'm looking for. Yep, here it is. Sorry about that. So here is the Parker Jotter. This is probably the best bang for buck pen you can get. Wish they would do like a nice titanium one. I don't know if they do, but I've never found one. But stainless steel, but man, very tactile click. And it takes the Parker refills, which is, as a lefty, very important. Anyway, and then I have the Grimsmo Saga pen, which by far my favorite pen right now. It is expensive, 300 bones for this guy. You click, and then you have this kind of thing here you can pull down. That's your mechanism. And it's just, you know, it's fun to play with. It's very comfortable to write with. I like a thin pen. As you can see here, these are all relatively thin, this being probably the thickest. So anyway, they all take the same refill, so I don't write all over my hand with a gel like this. Schmidts. I'm guessing this will probably come with one of these, but I am at the ready with a Parker refill. I have a bunch of them I bought from a previous thing. So I will use the stout prototype from Kunwu Knives. If you guys haven't seen one of these yet, This is their blackwash version. This should have been blackwash, but it wasn't. But there you go. We are using QSP for the run, but we are working with Kanwu on a sort of version 2 prototype. So you never know, in the future we might do a run with them or just get some and sell them. But anyway, Billet Spin, here we go. So we have a cool Billet Spin EDC sticker right here, which is cool. So we'll put that up here while we talk about it. We have a Billet Spin card. So there you go. Richard Statler. I think I said that right, or Stadler. Owner, Billet Spin at tds.net. Here's the address, the phone number, and the information. You guys might know more about them than I do at this point. And here is the pen. Oh, it comes in a little leather sheath. Cool. Wow, that is pretty cool, actually. So look at that. Comes in a little leather sheath for your pen. I like it. Slide it out. Right off the bat, I will say it has like really tactile turn vibes with the clip and everything. I don't mean that in like a copying way. I just mean like that's what the vibes it's giving me. But obviously clearly different here. You have this titanium case. Now, it's a little heavier than the other pens I have, but it's not like obnoxiously heavy. It's still fine. It's larger than I think I prefer, but we'll see. So here is the Tie Scribe Go Mini. Here is the Jotter. And then here is the Grimsmo Saga. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger than all those. Not by much. But just so you have a reference for yourself. Let's go ahead and see what we're packing in here. You have a nice little O-ring there and a spring. And, ooh, a Monteverde USA gel. So ceramic fine, which it's probably a good refill, right? But it's not going to be a Parker. I really need ballpoint, and I'll show you why. Wow. So very nice there on the machining. Looks really good there. Here is the mechanism. So I do believe this is a sort of patented mechanism. There's a lot going on in there as far as I understand. I really like this clip. So it's as simple as that, but in the actual like machining in there, there's a lot more to it than that. It doesn't just like one thing slide over, it pops out, one thing slide back, and it pops in, right? There's a lot going on in there. I don't know if I can get in here any further. There is sort of a cap here, but I don't think, yeah, it looks like it's just machined. This does not look like I can, yeah, can't really take it apart as far as I can tell. I don't know if we can see in there to see what's happening. So now there's no pressure on it, and this is just kind of loosey-goosey in here. But it's interesting that it's side to side, you know what I mean? So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm guessing that's why we didn't have any pressure earlier when I... So watch, when I went to close this, it just goes right in, right? But I bet you, if I were to have it over this way, we might have a little bit of pressure. Yep, because now it's going to be against the mechanism there until we pop it off. So, yeah, I can't get in here just because I don't see a way to, and I really don't want to mess with it too much, honestly, because it works. So, like, why mess with it? But it's very, yeah, it's got a nice click, nice tactile feel, right? You can see there, it has a very good, in my opinion, tip. Because one thing I hate about pens is when they have a short tip. So let me see if I can demonstrate it for you. One of these has a shorter one than I like. That one's fine. This one's great. Look how much that tip comes out. I just like having that space there when you go to write. Yeah, see, all of these are pretty much good. I guess it's actually the one with the least amount of tip, but it looks like it's plenty enough. But that does bug me on some pens. I don't know why. It's a weird thing with me. But this is perfectly fine. It comes out a good bit. I like that. We'll have to test it with my refill. So let's write something here. So here is our Camp pen. Click over, and I actually like it left-handed. You can click, click, click. I believe he's gonna actually make left-handed ones, and they're just designating them as left or right-handed, and then you can basically pick which you would prefer. Like, this is the right-handed one, and honestly, I think I would prefer as a righty to have it the other way, because this feels more comfortable to me to push forward on the depression, I guess you call it, and then to disengage to push back, if that makes sense. It's very crisp, guys. There's a little bit of play in here. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. It doesn't mean anything to me, but you can move this back a little bit. But it does have a break. Like right here, there's some pressure before it pops, if that makes sense. It's got the same thing going on here, but it catches, right? Can you kind of accidentally depress it? No, I can't disengage. So, my name is Kevin, and I like to review EDC gear and other stuff. Right? And what happens to me is I end up writing on my palm here. Now, this isn't kind of an issue with this, I guess, because I didn't realize on this notepad, which I use most of the time, you're only going to write to about here, right? So you're not really going to, well, I guess you are all over it. Maybe this dries quickly or something. But regardless, I kind of prefer a ballpoint. So let's swap that out. There's your Monteverde gel. It's probably a really good insert. Then we have the Parker Quink Flow Ballpoint Fine. That's kind of my jam, guys. I had like 30 of these that I bought at one point, and I'm still kind of working through them. So these are a few years old. Grab one there. Should fit. Is it the same length? Well, we're about to find out. And if you like the Schmidts Easy Flow stuff, then you're probably going to be fine with this. Let's see. Yep. Getting about the same amount of tip. So she said. Get it going. My name is Kevin. And I like penis. What? No, just kidding. I like pens. Without the I, Kev. I like pens and EDC gear. I also write like a 5-year-old. All right, I think we've established that I'm a 5-year-old. So, yeah, I really like this mechanism. This is super satisfying, super clicky. It comes with a badass slip. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want a cool slip for their pen? I would have never thought that. Will that fit the Rask? I mean, I'm just saying. My Rask didn't come with a slip. It came with a nice box, though. I mean, it's 300 bones, but this would almost be better because now you have something you could store it. I don't know why you would. I don't know. I'm being weird. So, again, here's a comparison. Will I do a full review? I might. It's just hard with pens because, like, what else can I tell you about it, right? You can see the sizes here. It's kind of like, let's see if we can work our way up. So this one's bigger than that one. So it is the biggest out of the bunch, I'd say. It's kind of like this order right here. So Urban Survival Gear, Tie Scribe Go Mini. There is a large, which is probably the same size. Then you have the Grimsmo Saga, the Parker Jotter, And then you have the Billet Spin Campen. So what I would say to them if they want feedback, honestly, I think I would just want a smaller version. I would still want it to be a Parker. So my guess is they have this refill in here. You can see the size of it right here, right? So here's the size of the refill, right? It seems like a lot more pen than refill, right? And I think that's the mechanism. I think there's a lot of moving parts in here, and maybe, I don't know that for sure, but I'm guessing that's probably why it's, you know, bigger than, you know, like why have this section here? If the switch is here, you could just cut the pen off like here, right? Move the clip down a little bit, but there must be a reason why. There must be something above there that maybe when you do this, it's pushing that down, and that's what's pushing the pen tip out, maybe. I don't know. But that would be a little feedback. Maybe try to do a small version if you can. A little bit rattly. Is that... Let me hold this and do it. So it's not the tab. Let's see when it's locked. So that's when it's disengaged. Those are the moving parts. Obviously, there's a spring and everything. There's some room in there. But once it's engaged, nothing. So that makes sense. Just for reference, nothing. Nothing. But again, $300 pen. Urban Survival Gear. Yeah, you're getting a little rattle. Same thing. Goes away once you engage the pen. So both of these have a different mechanism, right? They have some kind of mechanism that drives down and pushes it out, and it uses a spring for that, obviously. Where this is using some kind of, you know, captive thingamabobber Jimmy that's obviously has pressure on it on all times. I don't know. All right. Sorry, I'm just being weird. This has been the Billet Spin Campen. And yeah, guys, I got to say, I really like it. One thing I want to note is some of the details here. You can see here is your sort of spacing on the cap. You can see the machining, I think, is very good. You know, some of these pens, yeah, they can get it to where it almost disappears. But like you can see there, it's about the same as on there. Here's the Grimsmo. They kind of hid the seam by using these two rings there, which is kind of smart, I guess. It kind of creates a third ring, and it makes it look natural, but you can see it. So it's, you know, probably the same. This knurling is very comfortable. You get a good grip there. Yeah, really like that. And it doesn't look ugly. Sometimes knurling looks ugly like that. You know, that just looks hideous to me. The clip is fantastic looking. Love that. I'm guessing it's titanium. Yeah. I don't know if anything on here is steel. Obviously the pen, the refill is. Here is the mechanism up close. If you want to see, it is held on by what looks like a Torx. We can check it if you like. Say it looks like a T8. So let's see, T8. Yep, T8 Torx is going to be holding that cap on. Seems, oh yeah, look at that tooling. Like it wants to, look at that. Excellent tooling. Holy shnikes. Great job on that. Oh, wait. We also have the clip screws. So let's check those. Are they also T8? That would be smart. Yep. Those are also T8s. Unless it's a hex and I have it wrong. But it looks like T8 to me. You can double check on the website, of course. Pricing. I was not smart enough to pull this up before, but my guess is it's going to be under $150. which is pretty much on par with these types of pens. It seems like a lot of research and engineering went into this mechanism. Again, it seems simple, but I think there's a lot going on there. You can watch their video on it to, you know for sure, but you can see they kind of show you an internal of how it's working. Really cool stuff. But I like how it's simple, and I like how it's just click, click, right? It doesn't have the thing that I don't like about the EP1 is sometimes when you're sitting there fidgeting with it, this is not the EP1, but sometimes when you're fidgeting with a bolt action lock like this, you know, you don't pull down and over fast enough or whatever, and you kind of get stuck or what, you know, something like that. This is kind of just side to side, you know, you're just going boom, 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 boom. I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's got a little more weight than I personally would want in the tail end. That's going to be my biggest gripe with it, is just a little bit of weight in the tail end. Now, it's not heavy at all. Like, compared to, I had one of those, like, bullet pens that are actually made out of, like, a bullet. Terribly heavy in the ass end. I had a Pena bolt action, terribly heavy in the ass end. The tactile turn, heavy in the ass end. This isn't quite like that. This is still a little bit lighter than those. Like, here's the Saga, which I think is extremely lightweight. It's only like a little bit heavier than that. I think maybe it's just distributing the weight a little better on this, if that makes sense. This is kind of got a lot of it up towards the rear, and that's where you feel it. But most people don't care about that. That's just a me thing, you know? Feels great in hand, left-handed. Obviously, you can keep everything out of the way unless you have a gigantic hand. Maybe you'd have an issue and you'd want to flip it, but then you'd have the clip there. So you could kind of adjust and do this if you wanted to. Now, me personally, I would just rock it just like this. This is how I would write with it, clip facing up. If you're right-handed, same thing, right? You would just do this unless you have a gargantuan hand. You might want to roll it down like this, and then you're good to go. Right-hand operation, boom, 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 boom. Personally, I would probably get a lefty one if I was right-handed. Because this just feels right to me. This almost feels like a lefty pen. So, I don't know. Anyway, really cool pen. I really appreciate you guys sending it out to me. Richard, thank you so much. It means a lot when companies are willing to send me stuff to check out, especially if I drop it. Yeah, so I'm going to use it, and we're going to see what I think. I'll probably do a follow-up review, whether it's part of a rapid review or not. We'll see. I want to at least give them, you know, the feedback and give them the video. You know, they did send me the product. That's really the trade-off, guys. If you want to know, when a company sends me something, they don't really, I've never had a company ask me to be like, please say good things. You know what I mean? If I ever did, it was like, you know, some Chinese company emailing me for an Amazon product. But like, cases like this or knives, you know, basically the insinuation and what I tell them is I'm going to be 100% brutally honest. And the assumption is I'll make a video about it, right? They're going to get some marketing out of it because I make a video about it. Whether I say it's the greatest pen in the world or it's just a decent pen or I hate it, like, I'm making a video. That's kind of the point, right? Now, in this case, it's a really good pen. I'm really enjoying it. Some really cool details in terms of that knurling. The clip, I think, is cool. And the mechanism. I really implore you to go check out their site and see that video on the mechanism, because it does look very interesting. And I believe that's why it's called the Cam Pen, because it's some kind of cam system. I'm not smart enough to know what that is. So some of you guys might be. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Is one of these for you? Are you going to pick up a Billet Spin EDC pen? Are you maybe a budget guy who likes the the Parker Jotter pen? This is also extremely light, by the way. You have the Urban Survival Gear pen and the Grimsmo Saga, but I think the star of the show today, the Billet Spin Campen. So absolute pleasure to check this out. Can't wait to use it. And, yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.